Hey Queens, it is literally like 3:09 in the morning. If you don't believe me, I'm sorry, this is my old iPod because my other one cracked, but it's 3:09 in the morning. And I wanted to film a video on the highlighters. If you saw my previous video, you know that I said that there's 3 colors and I only had one. I've gotten all 3. I'm wearing one today, which we can see that glow more or less on this side. But this one's gold. It kind of has like a yellow tint in person, which I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I like it, but now that I've worn it throughout the day, as you can see how shiny my face is, I'm like, you know, it's a little weird, but of course I like put it like kind of like a mask. I don't know. I was feeling very David Bowie, and then I found out yesterday was like his birthday or something like that. But today's video, as you can see through the title, is gonna be like a little swatch, I guess, like review of sorts of the Swamp Queen palette from Graveyard Girl and Tarte. Now again, please remember I rarely got into makeup like approximately like 2 months and like a couple of weeks ago. Something like that, so I really don't know how to do any eye looks. I know I was requested to do a video playing with the eyeshadows from the Alistair the Looking Glass Urban Decay palette. If you want to see like a little swatchy review video on that, please, you know, comment and like this video, I guess. And I'll like try to like improve my skills behind the scenes because I don't want to do something too like amateurish because you know how the internet is. I'm not gonna deal with that drama. But yeah, this is gonna be a little review, and I bought this when Bunny was posting about it on Instagram. I think it was like 20 to 30% off, maybe a little bit more. And I believe there is also free shipping. It was before the New Year's or something like that. So again, I'm right here on Tarte's website. Excuse me. And they do have her Tarte's Creamy Matte Lip Paint. And I think that was like Texas Toast and something else. That is $20. So again, that is the regular price. Oh, we have Texas Toast and we have Swamp Family Red. That one is vegan, so if, I don't know if there's any vegans out there. And I think it was on sale for like $12 or something like that, so you missed it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And the limited edition Swamp Queen Eye and Cheek palette with brush is $45 again. I think it was like 20 something that it came out to $32.48. Again, I live in Texas, so you know Texas tax, so don't take my full word for it. And again, that is now $45. But again, they look like they're still available on the Tarte website as of right now that I'm filming. So, you can go on the Tarte website. And I did rewatch a couple of swatch videos and stuff, especially from Bunnies. Like, I was here on YouTube right now looking. So if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I'm like looking at YouTube and like the Tarte website and stuff like that. But again, it looks like they're still available on the Tarte website. So if you want to like pick them up while they're still there, I think this is really the last time it's ever going to be brought back. I think it was brought back like a couple of times because it sold out so much, and they were like, okay, you know, like they kept bringing it back. But again, $45 for the palette and $20 for the lip paints individuals. Take advantage of it while you can. And oh, I looked over here and the little things over here. But again, I was watching it because when I first got this and I opened it, it kind of had like a chocolatey smell, but then I remember, I think it was her video, she said like they smell like vanilla, and I was like, okay, that's what it is. But anyways, let's get into it. So again, $32.48 was the sale price that I got. Again, $45 for this palette if you're looking at it. So here it is, Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette with Tarte. And Graveyard Girl, so on the back it has a little picture of her. So the picture, I don't think this was the picture that was in stores in the summer. I think it was the beginning of summer because I remember going with my friends before the fall semester started. I think I'm like about a week away from my spring semester, so you know that'll be the end of my sophomore year in college. So it says here, over the last 5 years, YouTube sensation Graveyard Girl's down-to-earth, larger-than-life personality has inspired a Swamp family of millions to embrace her own version of beautiful, and her positive message around anxiety and bullying has encouraged fans to love and accept oneself and others. This limited edition palette celebrates all things that make our Swamp Queen unique, with Bunny's favorite colors, techniques, and pastimes captured through each stunning shade. Wow, that was a mouthful and I messed up. But yeah, so that's basically what it is. And of course it has like her little thing down here. So it's like youtube.com/graveyardgirl. I mean, obviously we know because we're fans. But of course that's for like people who probably like saw this and they're just like, oh, so it just says, you know, Swamp Queen here. Eye and Cheek palette. And of course the cool thing first when I saw this was I just thought it was like so bunny because, you know, she's always like, you know, subscribe and hit that button down below and become a member of the Swamp family and give an alligator its wings. So again, if you don't really know who Bunny Graveyard Girl is, that YouTube channel, Bunny as a person, that is her whole thing, you know, like give a gator its wings. Hence why there's an alligator with the wings and like this old timey look. I know she was talking like a wagon and like almost like the South, so to speak. And I know she's here from Texas. I'm from Texas also, San Antonio. So hey, Bunny. But yeah, it was pretty cool when I saw this. I was like very like drawn to it, and it looks like, I don't know, it's just such a unique thing to see this. And I know I don't think I was ever like really into like a palette before I even got into makeup than hers, just because of the whole design and the aesthetic of it really brought me in. And that's what she said, that people were confused by that when they saw this really first off, aside from the colors that we'll get to in a second. She did say a lot of people were confused, that they confused kind of her personality with her aesthetic. And I find that very like interesting, because you would assume from her very like wow 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 wow, you know, like personality, like again she said like bright colors and crazy colors and stuff, and you know, she's kind of like, in my own words, she's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Or you have neutral colors, like, you know, that are safe, or you have really crazy colors that people are like, oh well, we're not buying it because, you know, it's too crazy. So that was one thing aside from, I guess, the packaging that people are very like about. But of course, I think it really does like embody her and embody who she is. Again, like she says, if you've ever seen her, she doesn't really wear crazy, crazy colors, like, you know, like on a day-to-day basis. You know, she's not someone like, let's say, Jeffree Star, who, you know, has very like bold like colors, especially his hair that's pink and stuff like that, and like crazy makeup and stuff like that, so to speak, because again, it's very different from the norm. You know, the more neutral, like let's say smoky eyes, so to speak, and like a neutral lip. But let's say Jeffree Star will have his, you know, his, I think, Breakfast with Tiffany's velour liquid lipstick or something like that. And again, Bunny's two colors, as we see Texas Toast and the Swamp Family ones, those are kind of like a, I'd say we could compare it almost to like a, I think like a muted down androgyny from Jeffree Star and like Unicorn Blood, or like any other red one that he has. But getting into it, I really like the packaging and stuff like that. So opening it up, again, when I first opened it up, I was like, it kind of has like a chocolatey smell, but again, it was vanilla when I looked at her video. So they did also send me little sample things of their concealers, but I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, because I do have lines under my eyes, so I'm like, you know, so here it was. It just has two pictures of her eyes, and it's like the day look and the night look. So it just gives you like a little tutorial. I have it on the English side. Now you're watching like the foreign side, but this is up close, so you kind of get the gist of what we're seeing. So the top is like the day look, and the bottom is the night look, and it just tells you what color she used and like what she did with it. And that is, again, how it's like, oh, you know, this is how you get the day look, and then I guess maybe transition into night. Or if not, you just want to do a night look or a day look separately. You know, like let's say the top one would be for school. And this one is, let's say you're going to go out with your friends, and you know, it's like the evening time. So again, day and night. So again, she does use, I believe, yeah, she does use different colors. It looks like Big Baby was the only one that was used in both of them. So again, that kind of shows you how very much, you know, versatile this palette is. And it does come with a contour, a blush, and a highlight. Now, I really like the highlight, and it was a really nice name. I know a lot of people like that. And a lot of people were saying that, you know, they really like the names, and it was very bunny. And I know when I watched Jeffree Star's Rolls Royce video, I saw Laura Lee's Violet Lossing, and that seemed pretty cool, you know, like Southern and stuff like that. So again, it says Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen. And I love the packaging. And it has gold on it and stuff. And that's why I was like, wow, you know, like this is so bunny when I had first seen it in stores in the summer. Yeah, and there's that like vanilla smell. I was like, this kind of smells like chocolate or something. Because I know Too Faced has like their chocolate bar palette or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So that was like pretty interesting. I will like do this so we can see. So at the top here in the mirror it says, believe in yourself, love yourself, and embrace your individuality, which I found very inspiring in a way recently and stuff like that, and with conversations that I have with friends about, you know, when it's like a coming of age and stuff. So it says that there. I'm just covering the mirror so y'all don't see how dirty my room is. But there it is. This lighting is not giving me any justice. So it says that there. You probably saw a picture of me and Austin Mahone on my wall. So I don't know. It was pretty cool, and it's a pretty big size mirror. You know, if you think about it, like it's, you can see yourself, and then it's been a long day. So if anything looks a little weird right now, forgive me. But I like it. It's pretty interesting like that. So again, getting into it, when I first opened this, it was much prettier in person. When I saw it, I was like, oh wow. So first things first, I'm the realist. But you do get like a little Tarte brush. I thought I said Grav3yardgirl on it. But it has like the same like, I guess like aesthetic going on, so to speak, of the palette. So let me try to get this up close. So you see like the little wooden thing that is basically the packaging. It has like a little, I guess, brushy thing at the end. I don't know. Again, I just got into makeup recently, so let's be easy. I don't know, when I saw it in person at first, and when I took a picture of it, if you followed me on Instagram or Snapchat and in my Insta story, and I think, I don't know if I posted it on Facebook, but I know I also shared it on Twitter. You guys can follow me. It was pretty interesting, you know. I was just like, this is a really, really cool palette. And like very shiny, it's very sparkly and glittery. I do kind of like that, but also again, because that's in the contour. Again, I don't know which video it was that I mentioned that I got an e.l.f. bronzer that had like sparkle in it, and it was just way too, not even dark, like it was just weird, you know. It looked muddy or ashy. It was very weird. If you wonder what bronzer I use, I'm using the Hoola one, so I feel that one's a little more me, you know. And again, I think I do look a little like yellow and off. One, I have the laptop screen right here in the mirror, so my lighting is a little like funny. But again, I don't know, I think it is like the highlighter that I'm using that's gold, that I think like, you know, like the yellowish like goldy tint is like, you know, kind of coming off a little strong. But I don't know, when I first saw this I was like, wow, it's really pretty and stuff. So I'll read you the colors. So the color of the contour is Sweet Tea. Well, I should say contour bronzer, because I do think based on your skin tone and your preference, you can use this as either or. Of course, there's no rules to makeup, you know, just use what you feel looks good on you. And that one is called Sweet Tea. It does have some like little glitters in it. And then we have the blush called Does This Thing Really Work? Now, I know me specifically, I don't know if I'll reach for a blush in general, but I kind of wanted to use this just because, again, I really like anything that sparkles, really. But for me personally, I have an idea of wanting to do a power of makeup video if you guys are very interested in seeing that, because I worked so hard to get the redness out of my face from acne, which is why I started using makeup, because I'm going towards like, you know, broadcasting and stuff in college like that. So again, if you really think about society and beauty standards, like you don't want to see an acne covered person, you know, on camera, like movie star, so to speak. So, you know, since I worked so hard to get the redness out of my face, like, you know, kind of putting it back in is kind of like for me. But moving on, the highlighter is called Gator Wings. That was my favorite thing. I remember just seeing the name and swatching it in the store. I think it was like at Sephora when I was with my friends. I really liked that. So again, from the top row, from left to right, again, I'm just reading you the names. We'll get into the swatches real quick. It's hashtag SFS. Again, if you don't know Bunny or Grav3yardgirl in general, that stands for Swamp Family Strong. And we have Natural Peaches to the right and Dogman on the right. So those are the first three shades, left to right at the top. Now the second row, left to right, we have Big Baby, we have Sassy Bun, which, you know, she has a song for her. She's like, Sassy, you know, and her bun is there. And we have Sippy, which is one thing every time she takes a drink, especially when she has tea vlogs and stuff. Again, if you don't know her. And then we have Haunting, because, you know, she's had some paranormal experiences. And then we have Uncommon, which, again, is kind of an, I think all of these are, like, you can say, like, an homage to who she is, which is why when I read the names and saw the colors, I was like, pretty interesting. I really see the colors from there. And that is like when she has her Uncommon Objects, I believe, hauls, that's like a store in Austin that she hauls, like, you know, like creepy old babies from. And if you kind of think about it, the color here kind of matches those creepy old baby porcelain things. And then we have Mancat, which was a cat that she had, oh my god, I think it was like, it's 2017 now, so I'm like, I think 4 years ago. I could be totally wrong, because I know it was like sometime in high school when I stumbled across her channel, and I was looking that she had a cat that went missing or something like that. So again, it was one of her cats, and it like went missing and it never came back or something like that. I don't remember the full story, but again, that is the last row from left to right. So those are the names of them, and now we'll just get into the swatches. So now getting into the swatches, I am gonna swatch Sweet Tea, and again, this just tells you that these are the Amazonian clay eyeshadows, and you know, we have our little, all these little things, hashtag Bunny X Tarte. So getting into it, Sweet Tea. This is my first time ever like touching like this palette, so I'm like, you know, like you don't want to ruin something, so there we go. Again, just forgive me if I'm not like a good swatcher, but that's what we have going for us there. And again, my lighting is horrible. I record on my phone, so again, I don't know, but I think, you know, kind of for a contour, this is pretty cool. Maybe like on the nose or something for me. Again, it just depends on like how heavy you want to contour, how heavy you want to bronze and stuff like that. And again, if you do really like it, but I think like as you see it, it does look very like kind of natural on camera. I think like if you blend it out pretty good, so I kind of like that. That's pretty cool. So again, don't know how we're gonna see that. It has like that vanilla smell. Again, that's one thing that I was like, smells like vanilla. So the next thing I'm gonna swatch now is does this thing really work, which is the blush, and it does have like little glitters in it. I'm actually gonna take that on my index finger. So I was just saying to see if it wasn't a spray over. Yeah, this one's kind of sparkly and stuff, which I like, don't get me wrong, I like that little sparkle stuff. There it is. It seems very faint and like kind of natural, like, you know, people have like naturally rosy cheeks. So I know these colors are very light, but remember these are not the eyeshadows, so of course I didn't expect them to be as pigmented, if that makes any sense. So that looks fun. And then the laptop light, it kind of looks cool. But again, on the colors, maybe. I don't know. Again, remember I'm telling you with acne and stuff, if you suffer with it, you kind of know, like, if you work so hard to get the redness out of your face, like, seemingly putting it back in seems a little, like, off or weird. So now I'm going to swatch the highlighter, which is my favorite thing, and the name is called Gator Wings, so let's get into that. I'm kind of excited to use this. Oh, that is very pigmented. That seems cool. Not that I'm mad about it, but I was like, oh. I know people are like, oh, it's very pigmented, but like, now that I have it in person, it's like, whoa. So yeah, that is Gator Wings. Now I can just imagine, it's kind of, it looks similar to my Makeup Revolution one, but this one seems a little like, I don't know. It seems cool. Again, like, I haven't worn these, so it would be very interesting to swatch these and be like, wow. So again, that is all three. Again, this is Sweet Tea. This is Does This Thing Really Work? And this is Gator Wings. So I think these are pretty cool colors if we look at these like that. And again, sorry, you know, I'm not like a professional beauty guru, but that's what they look like. And I think that's pretty cool. Like, you know, they seem very faint, which is why I'm saying, like, you know, maybe I could work with them, maybe not. I don't know. We'll just see what the future holds for me. So now let's get into the eyeshadow shades. So the first one, again, on the top row from left to right is hashtag SFS, which is Swamp Family Strong. Now, this one seems very golden-y, I guess. Champagne gold? Champagne pop? From Jacqueline Hill. But I don't know how to describe the color. So we'll just swatch it and we'll see what you guys say. So I really hope that picks up. But of course this is kind of a light shade, so this I guess also could also be used as a highlighter. Probably highlight the brow bone. It's a really nice color, as you can see there. And I know, like, Tati, if any of y'all watch her, she's like, oh, you know, you can use this on the center of the lid by patting it in. So that looks pretty fun, you know. And I know I'm like the worst watcher ever, but again, I'm no beauty guru. Now this next color is called Natural Peaches, and they smell more like vanilla. Sorry. Now this one doesn't really pop up on my skin, so I'm going to try to go in a little more. Yeah, it doesn't really show up, so I'll get some on my finger. That's more or less what it looks like. I mean, you can barely see it. I mean, honestly, it looks like there's nothing on my skin, but again, I am very tan, even though this camera lighting is, like, kind of leading you to believe otherwise. So, again, you can, like, barely see it. And that is, like, odd. But I'm like, I didn't really expect y'all to see it, so that is very, weird, as I said. Because in person, it looks like there's, like, a little something, you know, but overall, I mean, I'm a tan person, so I really didn't expect y'all to see it. So now the next one next to it is called Dogman. I'm going to go on this hand now, because I'm running out of fingers here. So Dogman seems to be like a browny red brick, I guess terracotta color, so to speak. And this one does have like little sparkles in it. Natural Peaches, again, is like a naturally peachy, bony color, if that makes any sense. I know I started off with fragrances, guys. You can watch my old videos. So, ooh, this one's pretty cool. Probably say this one has like the same glitter that these three had. Well, like the contour bronzer and the blush have. So that is that color. That one is pigmented. That one's pretty cool. And I don't know if you'll be able to see the glitters in it. I highly doubt it. Oh, there's a couple of sparkles. So you can see that there. There's more sparkles in person. If you have the Jouer lip topper and frostbite, you kind of know what I'm talking about. It has like that, I think micro glitter is the word, so you can see that. Now this next one is called Big Baby. And it seems very white. I'd say this is more the bony color. If this makes any sense to you, kind of reminds me of bunny skin. I don't know how that's gonna come out to y'all. So I feel like this one maybe pick up on my skin. It may not, but again, just to show you first, that is what it looks like. It is a matte shade. So yeah, this one I didn't really expect to come out on my skin tone specifically because it's like a little kind of blends in. I mean, you can barely see it, but again, I really didn't expect this one to pick up on my skin tone. So I guess this is like an all over color, if that makes any sense. And now the next one next to it is Sassy Bun, which seems very, I think this is more of a yellow golden one. You know, I'd probably say the other one's like a rose gold. If that makes any sense to y'all who have this palette or who have seen it or who were able to swatch it. So that is what that one looks like. I feel like this one should show up on my skin tone. Yeah. This one seems really pretty. So it's like it's there and it's not, but like when it catches the light, it looks really nice. And again, this one is like satin shimmer. I don't know. Be easy on me, y'all. So we have that one there. And that is Sassy Bun. So that one's pretty cool. It's more like goldish in person. Again, remember, I'm recording on my phone and my lighting is not the best, but it looks pretty cool. I like that color. And now the next one next to this is Sippy, which is kind of like, seems more brown. And it's kind of like Dogman in a way where it has that glitter in it. Seems like it has more glitter than Dogman, so we'll just see as we swatch it. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, the glitter comes out more here. You can see it more than in Dogman. And Dogman is your boyfriend, if any of y'all want to know. So you can see the glitter very much in there. I like that. That looks like a cool thing to smoke or put in your crease to deepen it, I think would be the thing. So those were that was the 3 rows. I mean, well, the 3 colors in the second row. So this one was Big Baby, that one was Sassy Bun, and this one is Sippy. So that's pretty cool. And now we'll move on to the last row. And we have Haunting, Uncommon, and Mancat from left to right. Haunting seems, I'd probably say like a mix of Big Baby with a dash of Uncommon. So it's kind of like in the middle of those two. And again, going back into this, talking about the palette, what Bunny said, she did want something that would work more or less for everyone. And this is, I'd probably say like neutrally, and I'd probably say the most out there colors would probably be, you know, the 3 on the right from top to bottom, Dogman, Sippy, and Mancat, if we go down vertically. And just because they do seem a little bit darker, and they have like, well, Dogman and Sippy have like the heavier glitter in them, so to speak, and Mancat just looks a little deepy purple, bruisey color. But again, I do think like most people can use that, you know, like just put a little bit in there and stuff like that. Again, if you're kind of like my skin tone, if you like are Mexican, I guess I should say, I still have my swatches here. I think you can see that even from afar, everything showed up more or less for Natural Peaches and Big Baby. It just looks like those are really not there on me. And you know, Swamp Family Strong and Sassy Bun, they are there. I probably feel more Sassy Bun than Swamp Family Strong. Again, I did expect that with Swamp Family Strong, Natural Peaches, and Big Baby that they may not truly, in my mind, I was like, I don't know if they'll really show up on my skin, which again, lighting or not, I was just looking at my skin tone and being like, I really don't know if they'll show up on me specifically. And Haunting, I'm kind of getting that same vibe, but again, we'll see right now as I swatch it. So again, this one seems like a mix of Uncommon and Big Baby, where it looks like it has like a pinky, purpley undertone, if that makes any sense to y'all. So let's watch that one. Yeah, this one has some glitter in it, but that is what it looks like. I don't know if you can, like, it has a shimmery, but it has like a purpliness to it. That's what I see. Don't take my word for it. But I like the swatch to there, and as you can see, it kind of looks like a little like ashy contour. But again, I really didn't expect that one to really show up on my skin tone, but you can kind of see it there. It's probably something like to transition with, I guess. Caitlyn Jenner. Now the next one is Uncommon. Maybe this one will come through a little bit more because it looks more shimmery. Because the other ones have glitter, but this one seems more like satin shimmer. That makes any sense if I'm using the right terminology. So this is called Uncommon. So let's give it a whirl. Looks like that. And here we go. Yeah, since this one was a mix of like the two, so to speak. I mean, it is a little bit darker, so I do think it comes out a little bit more than Haunting. But it still looks a little bit hard to see. Just for me, you know, specifically. But they are very pigmented, I will say that. Every time I got them on my fingers, like, they're very pigmented. But again, that's why I kind of, like, I'm doing this so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. But, I don't know, they look pretty cool. I like it. But again, these two are pretty cool. Like, the glitter in them, I like glitter. And also, they kind of match, like, you know, the contour bronze and, like, the blush in here and the highlight. The highlight's pretty cool. I like the highlight. That's kind of what I wanted it for at first when I first saw it in stores. And again, compared to all the colors, I think, well, I'd probably say most of them, yeah, for me, specifically right now, first impressions watching it, I'm pretty sure I like them. So the last one on the bottom right is called Mancat. Now this one seems like, let's say, if you took probably Uncommon and Haunting, I feel like those are like the purpley, pinky shades. And I feel like Mancat is more like a purple with a dash of like sippy minus the glitter. Like it's barely there brown purple. Like I'd probably say maybe like a eggplant, if that makes any sense. But of course not like so intense. But you know what I mean if you can kind of get that lingo. So this one is matte, and let's get into it. So yeah, this one is matte, and that one's pretty cool. This one should show up on my skin tone. Yep, it did. It's a little less than I thought compared to Sippy. So, I like it though. It's pretty cool. I feel like it was a bad swatches. But yeah, you can see it there. I'm going to put just a little bit more because, I don't know, it looks pretty cool. Make it a little bit bigger. But this looks like something you can smoke something out with, as you can see there. Like, it reminds me of like those Revlon ads that you see in like Walmart or Target. I don't know. So those look pretty cool. Out of all these colors, I'd probably say this one, that one, and that one again. Dogman, Sippy, and Mancat, which I was talking about. Those ones seem the most pigmented on my skin tone on camera. Again, of course, if I had better lighting, like HD, we'd probably be able to see it better because I'm on my phone. But I don't know. I like those first impressions. I'm like, wow, those are pretty cool. Again, I'd probably say this one seems more like to smoke out with, and these ones just seem like I like them. I mean, you can do whatever, again, what you want with them. But that's pretty cool. And the highlight, I really want to use a highlight. It looks pretty interesting. But of course, I really do want to master eyeshadow, so to speak, so I can like wear these. So, those are all the swatches. I really hope you liked it, and again, forgive me for not being like a professional swatcher. But I really just wanted to share it. And again, if you really do want to see a swatch on the Alice the Looking Glass palette, please comment down below or like the video or just, you know, do something and tell me somewhere. Because I really want to get into that. The only reason I didn't do it is because there's so many colors, and I was like, you know, I was like, oh, that's going to be a long video. But I really hope you liked it. Again, if you want to see like a little recap of the thing, again, I went from left to right, starting at the first row at the top and the bottom. So again, this is what it looks like. You can see the sparkles in those colors and the satins and what I swatched. So it looks pretty cool. And again, it was $32.48. It's $45 on Tarte's website. The lipsticks are $20. I really forgot their official like name, but this is a little brush that came in it. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. It was interesting. As I say, and it's gold, and it has this on it. And again, I think I may practice like the day and night look, like they say, so I may do that eventually, just practicing at home and be like, oh, you know, what can I do? So, I really hope you like that swatch and review. Bunny, if you ever watch this video, I really like you. You're so cool. And I missed you at South by Southwest. March 2016 when I went for Mr. Robot. It was the same day as your meet and greet. I don't know, it'd be pretty cool to meet you one day. I know you're always here in San Antonio. I always see like your Snapchats on like here in San Antonio. I want to meet you, but anywho, I want to say hi to Rami Malek. Stay safe and God bless you guys. Again, if you want to see more swatches on eyeshadow palettes, I only really have this one, like a Trolls glitter cream, but those really are like not swatches, you know, because it's just glitter gel, I guess you could say. But I really hoped, again, you really liked it, and I don't know, you guys, $45. It's still on Tarte's website, as redundant as I am saying, so get it again while you can if you really want it. And the little lipsticks are $20, so again, get what you can if you're really a fan of Bunny, if you really like the colors, if you liked what you saw. So, I don't know, you can see if you're like my skin tone, see what shows up on you. They all do show up to varying extents. Of course, the more like fair tones don't really show up on us, but hey, you can use it to transition a color or something like that. And I'm just grabbing things from videos that I see. So if you really want to see me with eyeshadow on, I can practice in the meantime. So eventually I can come out with something. But again, hi to Robbie Maddox, stay safe and God bless. And hey Bunny, so one day hopefully I hope to meet you or something like that. So bye guys.